We're on. Okay, so welcome back, everyone. Thank you. I believe this is our last interview for the summit. And for this last segment, I have Eric and Thais joining me, and I'll let them introduce themselves. So how about we start with Thais?
Hello, I'm Thais from Brazil. I'm the GTD Master Trainer in Brazil. And also, I have a lot of roles. I'm a mother. I'm also a musician, amateur, but musician. But I'm a teacher. I'm finishing my master degree in communication and productivity applications. So I'm totally involved with that, and I had a lot of interest that GTD allows me to to take care with love and caring, actually, because we can do a lot of things, but meaningful things because of GTD. So that's it.
Well, thank you, Thais, for being here.
Thank you.
And for coming all the way from Brazil.
Yes.
Thank you. And let's have Eric.
Hi, I'm Eric, and let's see, what would you like to know?
Well, Eric, you came all the way from where are you living these days?
I'm in Southern California.
So Eric and I know each other 20 years ago, because that's how long I've been with David
That's
Allen
right,
Company.
That's right. So I've had the opportunity to work with David for close to 30 years. I was his Chief Technology Officer for 15. I do work in the area of productivity at the intersection of productivity, knowledge management, and application of tools, where you and I met.
Yeah.
For the audience, you just heard that we've homeschooled our 4 daughters, and that's been quite the adventure, integrating GTD into that. And I'm thrilled to be here, delighted.
And just in case not a lot of folks know, I am still a loyal, faithful, grateful user of eProductivity.
Oh, wow.
Which was developed by Eric Mack. So those Lotus Notes users out there, I know we're looked at as dinosaurs. Like we know we're extinct, but we're not.
You know what, actually, I have to tell you a funny story. So about 8 or 9 years ago, David and I spoke at the Office 2.0 conference. Remember, everything was about the cloud, the cloud, the cloud.
Right.
David gave the keynote, and I gave one of the breakouts. And after David's keynote, there was a Q&A, and somebody in the room said, well, David, what is your personal system? And he said, well, I use Lotus Notes and eProductivity. You could have heard a pin drop in that room. People were just shocked. And then in David typical form, he goes, come on, guys. He goes, if I find a better system, I'll switch.
Right.
You know, he's like, it works for me.
We haven't. I believe David and I are still are the ones still using eProductivity.
And I still have, I know IBM's done different things with Notes since, but we still have people all over the world who are using this application.
Clients. Oh,
Absolutely.
how wonderful. How wonderful.
Absolutely.
Well, great. Well, let's get started. And I know I was sort of discussing with you what to discuss about during this time. And Thais, you wanted to let the audience know more a little bit about creative context. So you want to tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, because there is something about being organized that a lot of people think about being organized blocks your creativity.
Awesome.
So for me, it's a personal mission to help them to understand that actually being organized is more than just put something in the right places, that it's good, but it's about to allow you to create another kind of energy in your life. So when you start to work with context for your next actions, so you can understand better how it's your routine, how you create, how your mind works to get the best of your list to go and engage appropriately in a daily basis. So when you start to create something, like me, I'm a writer. So one time I asked David about this, if he has some kind of routine to write, and he says, no, it's kind of spontaneous. But for me, it's different, and for each one is different, because I need to have this state of flow. So checklists helped me a lot to become in that stage, but contests also, because you need to perceive how your energy flows in a daily basis, so you can create those contests by propose.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? The relationship, and we'll talk a little bit about how you excited, Eric, but I think you have also much to contribute here, how this misconception that organization hinders creativity when it's actually quite the opposite.
Right. In fact, the illustration I gave in there with my daughter Amy, she would use this method of organization to clear her mind so that she could compose.
Totally.
And compose incredibly complex productions. Just so, like you said, my wife has a term for that. She says organization is the advanced form of laziness. Okay? And we know David likes to be lazy, so
well,
that
he
works.
likes to say he's the most lazy person
There
on the
you go.
planet. Yeah.
So that helps.
Yep. So tell us, because we haven't seen each other in so long, what are you into this day? Because you're always into something. What are you the most excited about?
You know, so when I saw you last, I had introduced eProductivity, which was the GTD application that you and David are using.
Yep.
And I was very busy with that application, but I always wanted to go further. And GTD for me was a personal lifesaver. And I found, even serving your team at the David Allen Company, that here I was working with some of the smartest and most productive people. We had unlimited technology to solve it, but in an organizational context, I saw other challenges I wanted to address. So I actually went back to school, got a master's degree in information and knowledge management, specifically so that I could create a framework. That framework is called Intentionally Productive. And that framework addresses how people use what they know, apply it to the way that they work with the tools that they have. So if I go into an organization, maybe they're using Office 365, we take a look at the outcomes they're trying to create. And of course, GTD is right there in the middle of that, the engine. And we look at what do their people know, how do they take responsibility for what they know, who they know, what they know. And then we take a look at how they work, their methods. GTD, of course, is a key part of that. And then we take a look at the way they use the tools. And that led me, just very quickly here, that led me through my research to create a formula called V equals KMT. And the way that works is V is value created, and K is knowledge, M is method, and T is tools. And so this formula expresses the relationship between those three. And what I find so often, and maybe some of you have experienced this as well, is people are often saying, oh, if I only had that tool, I would be productive. Somebody's going to go try to look up eProductivity and decide, oh, well, if I had the tool that David Allen has, then I'd be fine. And I point out that that's actually such a small part of the equation. And so the equation allows me to help them understand there's no value in ripping and replacing your tools until you know what you want to accomplish. And really what I get the organizations I serve to evaluate is, okay, so you're thinking of ripping and replacing this tool and disrupting all of these people. How about we take a look at what you're trying to accomplish and ask the question, does this tool do what I need to do? If it does, keep it. If it doesn't, look for something better.
And I think, to Thais' point, because she works a lot with clients and organizations, that hasn't changed. And it's a worldwide phenomenon. People think that if the tool is changed, then now my life will change.
Right.
You find that a lot as well, no?
Yes, a lot. In Brazil, people love to talk about project organization, how you put your lists there and there. I don't know, maybe... I believe that everyone wants a miracle solution.
Will do.
Yes, exactly. But you can't delegate the act of thinking about your stuff. Even for the best tool you can use. So the tool only supports your thinking and your how you engage with your thinking. So you can delegate that.
It's not transferable other than back to your brain.
Yes, exactly.
There is a miracle solution, and the more you work, the more frequently that miracle will occur.
Yep. Okay, well, I think we have come to an end. Our time has fly.
Thank you so much.
I wish we had more time because it went really fast, but thank you, Eric. It was great seeing you again. Thank you, Thais. And thank you all for watching, and until maybe our next summit, wherever that would be. Bye-bye. Thanks.